Hi Capricorns, Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading today. We have another great reading for you guys. Yes, we do. Coming from California. Yeah, let's see what we got, Capricorn. And we have a rune today for you guys. Yes, we do. R-U-N-E. This is the divination from the Vikings, the Celts, and the Germans. Yeah. So let's see what we got. And we already have this one here. We're going to look at it in just a minute. But let's pull the cards first for the Oracle spread for Capricorn. The Starseed card. Wow. Starseed is usually about somebody who comes here from another planet to do really good and to help awaken other people. I feel like that is the appropriate description of that. Yeah, let's see what else we have. And we have Say Yes to Your Open Door. Yeah, wow. So this Starseed is a number 8. It's a major arcana in this particular deck. And we have, and so that means power. Yeah, it's about power and progress and forward movement and just good things, really. The Starseed. And so, and then we have Say Yes to the Open Door. The door's red, Capricorn, so there might be some hanky-panky behind that door. It's a possibility, right? Just teasing. Let's have a look at that Starseed, though. I want to see what they have to say about it. Yeah. And this is attributes. Soul, blueprint, seed, expansion, and gifts. The right seed always bloom. The right seeds. Just as an acorn is blueprinted to grow into a mighty oak tree, you too carry the seed of the universe within you, Capricorn, ready to spring forth. The word entelechy means the fullest realization of a thing. Oh, very cool. And that's what you have within you. It's like your highest self guiding you to thrive in the greater mythic story unfolding. Very cool. And some of the questions that are, connected to this archetype are, what have I been seeded to do? What else can I do to nourish and water my own star seed? What are the seeds I've already planted that are ready to spring forth? What is my role in the mythic story unfolding? Wow. And there's a few more here. Very interesting. And Say Yes to the Red Door. Well, it's a bunch of opportunities behind it, or a few at least, right? That's a 22. It's a number 4. Creating stability, some type of opportunities. And we see the swirls here, the stars. Kind of exclamation points here. And some good stuff here. Once you open the door, Capricorn. All right? Yeah. Let's get one more card. And we have the universe wants to co-conspire with you. All right, so this is to plan something. It definitely is. I want to work with you. And then we see at the top, I feel like these are called miracle catchers. I forgot. Miracle catchers? Wish catchers? I forget. It's a native with the feathers above. I believe it is. But, they have it kind of mixed here with the swirl. They also have the 4 angles on the zodiac wheel. Like your natal chart, the 4 angles, right? Which is really interesting and cool. It always is. This is a 26, which means it's another 8. This is about power. So this is about you creating something, Capricorn, that is cosmic, that is karmic, that is like meant to be, destined. That's the best word here. Yeah, you're creating, everything is fated. It really is. And the older I get, the more I know that, the more experiences, the more I see, the more I experience myself, and the more I see in others. And yeah, and I had somebody call me real quick for a reading the other day about somebody who got hurt. And I was doing his reading, and I go, somebody's going to get hurt. And I didn't know this person. I think I might have mentioned this briefly, but and so he's like, oh, I go, it's a woman. So then he calls me. He goes, hey, I need you to do a reading for me. And I go, well, what's up? And he goes, and then so, he started telling me, he started doing the reading, a lot of different detail, about like, it's on this woman who, he said, maybe I have to help her and be her guardian, right? I'm not sure if that part was true or not, but that's not the point. The point is, he goes, do you remember what you said to me, what in the reading? And I go, no, not really. That was a few months ago, and I do a lot of readings, right? So he says, yeah, he said somebody's going to get hurt, and they had a big accident. I'm like, oh my God. So, yeah, and I did say it was a female. Anyway, there's more to it, but very interesting, right? Okay, so now Capricorn, let's get back to this. We we get distracted a little bit. Yeah, it's a Gemini rising in me. Let's see. We have trust, ask, listen, and allow, right? Yeah. Okay. So just to put it bluntly, a closed mouth don't get fed, right? No, ask, listen, and allow. That's cool. Yeah, this is pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention, basically, right? And so then, you know, it's much easier to trust. Ask, listen, and allow. And then we have speak your truth, express yourself. All right, so somebody wants you to walk through the red door with them, Capricorn. What's behind that red door is connected to the color red, right? Lots of passion, you know, things, shocking things, red, maybe. Let's have a look at that rune, though. Let's see what that rune is about for you guys. And that's Jera. That can be about a journey. But, you know, interesting about journeys in these, you know, can be always allegorical. Like somebody's dreaming about being with you, that type of journey. Or being on this journey, this physical journey in this life, right? Where's Jera? God, now I forgot. Okay, let's see here. I think it's 12. Let's see here. I just looked. But I'm going to trust myself. Jera, number 12. See, there you go. Trust, like the card said, right? And this is about year. It means year, Jera. Okay. And Jera is connected to the cycle of the seasons, especially to harvest time. So we know we have some type of a harvest here because we have the universe wants to co-conspire with you and say yes to your open door where there are some opportunities there. This is a rune of happiness and abundance. The fruit is mature, the wheat is ready to be cut, and the soil is at its peak of richness. There's something that is fated here, Capricorn. Divine timing, is at play. Jera seems to suggest to us that after every winter, the summer arrives and that we must enjoy and celebrate each moment of our existence on the earth. Yeah, we should. Right? Yeah, definitely. And so we're supposed to enjoy every day, find joy in everyday living. That's what life is really about. And that's what Viktor Frankl wrote about when he was in the concentration camps in Auschwitz. And that's because he was trying to help all the people who were so depressed that just a lot of people died there from depression. They didn't get gassed, right? No, by the Nazis, they didn't. So, you know, and but yeah, you know, he spoke of resilience, and it helped him because he got out, but he helped people there. But you know, his message was find joy in everyday living because you don't know about tomorrow, right? No, you don't. All right, so yeah, and this is about abundance, wellness, optimism, generosity, joy, brotherhood, a serene relationship, wishes realized, success attained after hard work. Jera invites us to enjoy the present moment. We have fought hard to get what we desire. Now is the time to slow down and to admire the fruits of our labors. Somebody wants to enjoy something with you, Capricorn, and it was hard work to get here. There's something that was difficult to arrive. Very interesting. But let's get into the reading. And Capricorn, if you want to get a psychic reading with me, I always check for accuracies. Yes, I do. The tarot readings as well. You choose the format, live reading or recording or both. And if you don't understand somebody, you need insight on them, get a psychic reading, and then I do the cards after. So those are cool. The combination is always the best if you are really trying to, I don't know, have a really cool reading, right? Especially if you're really trying to understand somebody, because the cards tell, the psychic reading tells one thing and the cards tell a little bit different. Yeah, they do. It's, you know, different divination, right? Kind of. If you call psychic reading a divination, right? Mystic Sense has a free 5-minute psychic reading, Capricorn. And I do past life readings. Those are really helpful for you to really enjoy your best life. Yeah, they are. Let's get one more card. I feel like this is a little incomplete here. We have increase your frequency, higher consciousness, awareness. Yeah, the star seeds over here. Somebody is like, went through an awakening, or they understand very intuitively. There is something like that in this reading. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, And we have the king that desires. I didn't really see that. I'm going to cape it anyway. I kind of pulled it with the cards facing up, but I didn't really. And now we have the bitter Moira, the bitter nun here. She's very, and here's this king who is desiring somebody. This is about love. It can be about ego, but it's really about somebody who desires you. Somebody's bitter in this reading as well. I feel like this open door might have been a closed door to somebody else. And we have the wedding. Look at that. This person wants to marry you. Speak your truth, express yourself, trust, and he's holding his hand in the shape of a heart. Higher consciousness is here. Say yes to this opportunity, the open door. The universe, this is fated. The universe is co-conspiring with you. Wow. So let's get into this, Capricorn, and, you know, somebody feels like they really enjoy their life when they're around you, or if you will let them in and you can have a relationship, or if you'll marry them, right? Here's the happy wedding here, right? And here's the flower, you know, the pallbearer, and then, you know, he's holding her train. I'm not sure what they call him, but here's the flower children here, right? Looks like they're kids, though, because, you know, they all look alike, right? That's funny. They're getting married, right? But that's fine, right? That happens a lot. It's just funny here that it is a little bit funny. But they're getting married. They're both very happy, for sure. Let's see. The bottom of the deck, Capricorn, Ten of Pentacles reversed. There could be a breakup in this reading. There just could be. Let's start with the Ace of Swords. And I'm just pulling random like I always do. Well, not like I always do. But yeah, shuffling, and I'm pulling from the deck, and because sometimes I like to do it like that. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Star, nothing but beauty here, only beauty. Knight of Swords is an aggressive energy. That's the deal breaker here. It's not a deal breaker, but that's the difference in this reading. So this is how somebody sees themselves, aggressive. It could be that they are coming to have a new beginning with you, and that is the aggression. But somebody could get cut out because this bitter nun over here, right? Yeah, she's, you know, she's Moira, and she's cutting something, and she's sitting out in the cold, and the look on her face is one of utter bitterness. She's cut like an ending. She's cutting something. And here we see the restrictions of Capricorn here, Saturn rather. And Pisces is here. And so when we see the glyph of Pisces and Neptune, we know that that represents the 12th house of endings. Yes, it does. And closure. And she's cutting something. The string, right? And she's out in the cold, in the snow with a habit on. That's her dress. There's no fur, fleece, nothing. And it's snowing. So it must not be that fun out there for her. Somebody wants to marry you big time. They desire you. That's a 78 card deck here. And I got the wedding right there. We have the Three of Pentacles. And we have, we're going to move the camera down. The Sun is reversed. That's in the concern. Somebody was unhappy. That's why she's here. The nun. Yeah. This has nothing to do with religion, okay, you guys? It doesn't. She just, you know, we have Buddha in this deck, and a lot of beautiful, you know, a lot of interesting cards in this deck, right? Yeah, we do. So don't get hung up on that, please. And now we have the Seven of Swords, and this is in the psyche. This is a leaving. It's a leaving. It's a letting go of something. That's because of that, because of her, right? Four of Swords showing up, and we have the High Priestess. And, you know, with this kind of, you know, increase your frequency and higher conscious awareness, that's what somebody has done. That's why we have her there. And all the readings, you guys, if I didn't say that, everything's in the description box below, right? Yeah. All right. So, but this High Priestess is about somebody who is the all-knowing, very intuitive. And because they have a higher consciousness, right? Yeah, they have a higher consciousness. That's right. So it's just a higher awareness, right? It is spiritual, but it is knowing yourself for sure. It starts there at a soul level, of course. But somebody walks away from something very, I feel like, is physical here. This is a plan, most likely, to kind of leave something. It's connected to this Knight of Swords who is taking some energy, taking some kind of brash, or very aggressive action. And we start with the Ace of Swords, and with it is the Ace of Pentacles in the challenge. I feel like somebody has major clarity here about that they want to marry you and they want a new beginning. But since the Ace of Pentacles sits in this challenging energy, the crossing energy, they may not know if they're going to have that. Or they had to let somebody go, like up here with this Moira, right? And now we have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, this is like, I'm unsure about the future, but hey, you know what? I have to be resilient. I'm grown. And I have to stand up and have confidence and courage, and be resilient. I have to act under my own right, and go deep and draw on my resources, on my own resources. Right. Four of Pentacles. They want to hold on to you, Capricorn. Most likely, that's what this is about. This could be somebody that you already know, of course, if they want to marry you. Right. Maybe somebody just comes into your life, possibly. That could happen in this reading, right? They could, let's get another card. We have the Magician with it. It is about manifesting something very beautiful. Yes, it is. The Stars, it's external, and this is this person that this is about, right? They're very inspired. They might be healing because of all the water here with Aquarian energy. Really interesting with Aquarius. Aquarius is not really associated with healing. I mean, any sign can be on some level, but it's more associated with kind of the groups, social networks, and humanitarianism and innovation and friendships, though it is, right? But being authentic for sure. And but this is about kind of trusting your intuition with all the stars there. Can be about a new beginning, and it is hope and inspiration for sure. It is, right. And this is an 8, which is about like power, and like it's about forward movement, really, and progress. So this is about the future. And that's interesting because Aquarius rules the 11th house, and that is about the future. Yes, it is. It's about gains and hopes and wishes, but it is about the future. It is. And how they see themselves is a Knight of Swords with the 5 of Swords right underneath Moira. Somebody gets cut out here. Knight of Swords, 5 of Swords. Yeah, someone gets left behind. It's because somebody sees their life with you, for sure, with this wedding card, right? Somebody sees their life with you, Capricorn. And the 3 of Pentacles is in the past. Maybe there was a third party. It's possible. We have it with Justice. I feel like this could be where somebody understands that they work, that things flow between you guys, possibly. 3 of Pentacles. These people are working together. That things just kind of function well. And they have that, via wisdom, kind of via their wisdom. But I feel like this Justice card is about a decision, because here sits the Ace of Swords, right? The swords are related to decisions. This person made a decision about you, and they do want to co-conspire with you. That's really what this is about. Let the universe co-conspire, but this person wants to do that with you and build, Capricorn, as we see the Ace of Pentacles in the crossing energy. And that's what you guys like, right? You guys like to build financially, for sure, because Capricorn rules the 10th house of authority and ambition. Yeah, career, social status. And now we have the Sun reversed with the Empress, and that's the concern here. And this Empress is somebody who makes the other person, makes their dreams come true in love. Remember this card, right? That wedding card, a very happy wedding. And here is the King, full of desire, because here is the Leo glyph, right? So, interesting. Leo is connected to the King, right? The lion is the king of the jungle. The sun is, right, and in ancient civilizations, the sun was the king. Yeah, right. And, anybody with the name Ray or Raja or Reina, Regina, all that is the queen and the king, all of it, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so, but something unhappy is left here. And I feel like somebody realized something. They realize with their own unhappiness that you represent happiness for them, Capricorn. Yeah, this is we learn from contrast, right? How can you learn if everything was beautiful in the world? How would you even know what was like? I don't. What's how could you really appreciate it, right? Because you don't have anything to show you otherwise, any contrast. And here in the environment really is a plan. The Seven of Swords. This is the psyche. It's a very psyche card. I believe it is. Seven of Wands. So the sevens are both about the mind and evaluating. And, you know, this is about somebody who's resisting somebody's plan to like leave them out, or this is about somebody being very overwhelmed about this plan to be with you, Capricorn. That's it, right? And here we have the Eight of Cups reversed. Here they are trying to return to you, Capricorn, for sure. Uh, and I can understand why these readings come this like this, because there is like this cosmic love that shows up in your readings a lot. Yeah. Soul connections, definitely. And so this is in the hopes and fears. This person's praying, meditating, dreaming about you, perhaps, but or all of the above. If they want to return to you, remember they are the want the. This could be you though, but you know, in the challenge with the Ace of Pentacles, the opportunity for a new beginning is the wounded warrior, and he's being resilient, but he doesn't know what's going to happen, right? That's why he's, you know, he put the bandage on and he said, just suck it up. And he's holding these wands like, well, at least I can protect myself so I can try to get to the 10, right? And end this cycle. But that's what this is about. And this is somebody really wants this with you, this cycle, this marriage. Yeah. And last but not least, in the potential outcome sits the High Priestess and the Nine of Swords. And, you know, there could be a water sign here, maybe who's being left out, possibly. This Moira, you know, I mean, she doesn't have to be a water sign, even though she has the Piscean glyph here. She could be Capricorn over here. I hope it's not you who's being left out, Capricorn. But she could be any sign, is my point. But somebody could be crying over somebody else here. Nine of Swords, High Priest. This could be a person. It could be, right? You know, there could be, you know, the Empress is here, Taurus or Libra. Leo shows up with the Sun. Justice is Libra. We have Aquarius with the Star. But, you know, and Aries is the Magician. But nevertheless, could be we have a Gemini here, right? Or any sign, really. Or Scorpio. Yeah, well, High Priestess can be Scorpio as well. But, you know, maybe we have a Virgo, right? We don't really see that, their archetype or their major arcana here, but that doesn't mean that there's no Virgo here. No, it doesn't. We're talking about the energies, and somebody is definitely in this really worrisome mode. I feel like somebody gets left out right here in the environment with the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Wands. Somebody's left out right here. Something. Excuse me, you guys, either someone or something. All right, I'm going to end this reading. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me, Capricorn. If you want to get a reading with me, a private reading, they are lots of fun. Check out the description box. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. But please remember to like, share, and subscribe because it does help me to keep these readings coming. Thank you so much. I hope I had the star covered. Now she's, you know, her breasts were showing. Oh my goodness, right? Ew. Hope I don't have to like kind of, you know, remove the reading. I don't think so. Thank you so much, you guys. You guys rock.